Hi everybody, Sandra Duran Wilson here, and welcome to this episode of Mixed Media Soul Sparks. Today I want to share with you one of the reasons why I really love acrylic, because acrylic can behave like so many different mediums. In a previous episode I showed you how it can even be like encaustic. I have a whole book on that, but this video is about how to use acrylic paint to either look like watercolor or to look like oil. And that all has to do with the thickness or thinness of the paint, which is viscosity. There's a whole lot of other variables depending on the surface you're working on, but I don't get into that in this video. If you want more in-depth like that, I do have some online classes and some mixed media Soul Spark bundles that kind of dig deeper into this subject. But I just want to give you a taste of it today. And I'm going to start with what acrylic would look like as oil. So I put out here, this is a soft gel semi-gloss. Semi-gloss means it's halfway between gloss and matte. So I personally like to make my own because I can adjust that factor, but I have this out here. Now, I'm going to be adding paint to this. And another reason you might want to try this is because this is a great way to extend your paint. Before I get started, because I'm going to try and complete this little painting, I'm going to, I've got another piece I'm kind of looking at that I'm going to try and do. So I'm just putting some Payne's Gray up there, down here, some Cobalt Teal, in between some white. So this is going to be kind of the watercolor aspect because there's no gels or anything. And this is going to be just a lot of water, almost like how a watercolor would be. Because this is such a small piece of paper, I might have to blot it a bit. Do you see how it starts to blend beautifully, those colors, when you actually have a lot of water in it? Let me just clean this off a bit. Coming into the cobalt. I can actually get this to kind of run down into the other colors. Kind of like watercolor. Isn't that cool? Okay. Let's get it to run back the other way. Now, I'm going to make it look like oil. So there I'm going to take my favorite color, Permanent Violet Dark. Put a little of that in. Some sap green. It's kind of marigold yellow or cerulean yellow. And even if you wanted to start with a heavy body paint as opposed to the fluid paint, you could do that, but you still want to add a little bit of this gel because it's really going to change the viscosity of how it moves. I'm just going to do this very quick. I'm not going to mix these into the paint. I'm just going to kind of dip it in, put it on here, and pick up some more. Usually I would let this part dry before I did this, but what the heck, let's be daring. Now I'm going to pick up some sap green, and I think there's a little white on there. Again, this gel is going to dry clear, not white. Picking up some of the yellow. Just getting some more of the gel. But this is what I love about how these colors can start to get a little too mixed there, but let's pick up a little white. There we go. Do you talk to yourself when you paint? Most people I know do. We're talking to the painting, you know. The gel is helping to keep these colors separate a bit. So when I bring this up, you can begin to see how those colors are kind of acting like an oil paint. So we go from watercolor to oil paint. Now, if you were doing an entire piece with watercolor, then you would just really use a very watered down paint, working just as if you were with watercolor. This is on paper, so the paint is really going to absorb into the paper. If you wanted to do something like this on a canvas, you're going to have to create a surface to where the paint would really stay in. This is another piece. It was kind of done in a series like that. There's another video I did on absorbent ground, so go find that and use that on your canvas or board to create a surface that would be absorbent enough for the watercolor effect. Or you can actually buy the Ampersand Aquabord. That's it for, well, I say that's it. I'm going to grab a little of this paint, come over here. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you. This is a finished piece that I did, very similar to this piece. This one's all framed up and done, so you can see the effect of how those layers work. Now I added some other things in there, but you'll find all those techniques in the video, so go poking around in the YouTube channel and you'll learn how to do all of these. So thanks for watching, and really explore all the possibilities that acrylic can do, from watercolor to oil. Even if you add a little bit of a grit to it, then you can put pastel on top of it, and you can even get it to look like encaustic. So join in my favorite painting medium, acrylic. Thanks for watching. Until next time, go off and explore some new techniques. Join the Creative Awakening community on Facebook, where you'll be able to post your art, connect with other creatives around the world, and ask questions. Use the hashtag #MixedMediaSoulSparks when posting your work on social media. Thanks for joining me.